Poe. There are two more in this segment, and I had to do it. Poe and her three friends, Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and Lala, lived together in a place known as the mainland. The four were watched over by a man known as the Guardian. The Guardian's job was to make sure that the four did not leave the premises and make sure they were also healthy. But after a very tragic turn of events, she would be running for her life from her own best friend. See, there was something wrong with the custards. And what was wrong with the custards made Tinky Winky go crazy and go on a massacre, killing Dipsy, Lala, and Poe. But later they will come back even stronger. Dipsy, a headless chainsaw slasher. Lala, a blind Slenderman demon. And Poe, anime antagonist? There's one more after this one, I promise. Alright, so before we talk about where she scales, I'm gonna specify some things that I think I should specify. I'll mainly be using the campaign for her scaling. I won't be using any of the other stuff, just the campaign. And that's it. Let's get into scaling. Alright, so Poe should scale to the Guardian, who was able to take hits and even kill the announcer. This guy can stomp the ground. What's a stomp? Stomp the ground to anywhere as low as wall level to anywhere as high as building level. And Poe can most definitely scale to Lala. No, I meant scale higher than Lala. And she just adds on to that wall level. But let's not act like Poe just scales off of other characters. Poe did this feat that was anywhere as low as small building level to anywhere as high as city block level. But if you think she scales to Tinky Winky, that would grant her town levels of AP. As while he was turning into Tinky Tank, he was able to create storms to that level. And speaking of mutants, alright, that's the last time for now, I promise. But for real, let's speak on how custards work. As I have a perfect example on how custards works, and also who is the strongest Teletubby. Alright, so custards work like this. The more custard you drink, the more stronger you get. I have two examples of this. Tinky Winky turning into Tinky Tank, like on screen. And also the Guardian, as this guy is the strongest Teletubby. But do you want to know the strongest version of the Guardian? It's 100% the Crawler, bro. All the others had a plate load, while this man, he got put in a whole building level of this stuff. But besides that strongest Teletubby stuff, you can talk about her different forms. She has her base form, her necro form, and then her spider form. And I'll just say that custards are just 2 times stronger than the last custard they ate or something like that. Yeah, so this would put the multipliers of these forms at her infected form being 2 times base, her necro form being 4 times base, and her spider form being 8 times base. And this would be where they scale. Now let's talk about speed. People like to say they scale to the Guardian, who can dodge missiles, but that's part of the other stuff. So I'm gonna talk about how he dodged plasma balls. He was able to react, dodge, and reflect these plasma balls. This is subsonic to hypersonic, by the way. That's it for speed. There's nothing else to talk about. And for ability, she has this punch that can break the ground, this other punch that can break the ground, whatever this is, fire swings, a meatball attack, and a hellfire circle. Well, now that we're done with Poe, we'll come back later to see her rival catnapped.